discussion on nitrogen. I've done the 3 videos on some of the things we need to consider and think about in nitrogen management. So I want to carry on today and dig a little deeper into some of those aspects. And so we're going to start with managing N as a system using manure, kind of a timely topic since the tanks are being emptied onto farm fields as we speak. So I'm going to show you a manure analysis here from a lab, and on the left-hand side is the analytical data. So this one is showing 3,420 parts per million, or 0.34% of ammonia N. This is the plant available nitrogen. It's also the form of N that can be lost to the environment. And on the right-hand side, the lab has converted into pounds of N per 1,000 gallons what's available. And what determines, it's not so much the rate of application, it's how much nitrogen you retain from the application. And how you retain nitrogen is very much a function of your application strategy. So when you look on the right-hand side, it shows you a number of different strategies between day 1 to day 5, incorporated, not incorporated, injected. It even shows early and late fall. And what early and late fall is referring to, say in 2019 in the fall, you applied manure, say before November and after November. That's the nitrogen that would be available in the 2020 crop. So if we just concentrate on the top part there for the spring applications and focus in on nitrogen not incorporated versus nitrogen injected. And you can see when we inject nitrogen, we keep 37 pounds of N per 1,000 gallons rather. And if we don't incorporate it all, we only keep 14 pounds or so of nitrogen. So let's dig into that a little deeper. So an injected method, if you look at 4,000 gallons to the acre, you apply 148 pounds of nitrogen. If you look at the price of urea, it's valued at $80 per acre. If it's unincorporated, you only retain 14 pounds of N per 1,000 or 56 pounds of N per acre with a value of $30. So you give up $50 an acre worth of nitrogen, and 92 pounds per acre worth of nitrogen that could feed a crop. So it's the same manure, same tank. The difference here is how you manage the manure application to retain as much nitrogen as possible. You can certainly go into the OMAFRA AGRIS suite program and get a more detailed analysis, but this the principles are all the same. It's how you manage the manure determines your retention or how much nitrogen is available to the crop. So in summary, quick summary, if you're going to look at manure as part of your nitrogen management strategy, we need to know the manure N content because it varies by livestock class. We need to know a manure test or use book values, how it was applied, what was the method of application, and how quickly was it incorporated, 1 to 5 days injected or not incorporated at all, or spring versus a fall application. All these things have a great influence on the amount of nitrogen that's available to feed the crop. So it's just not simple as tracking the rates of application. There's a few more details that we need to consider if we're going to properly manage manure nitrogen. Thanks for listening. More to come.